It's time for some more first impressions of a pedal, and today we're checking out this pedal. Now this is the Line 68 Super Lead Amp by Universal Audio. Now this was not provided by Universal Audio Australia, even though we're working with them. I bought this secondhand. I saw this online at Facebook Marketplace. It was quite cheap. It was not far from here. I wanted one of these. So I bought it because I thought, why not, and make a video with it. Now, it's here already, and usually first impressions, I get it out of the box, but it's a second hand. But I mean, we can get the box experience. Heavy is the crown, still the line roars and the earth trembles. So yeah, I guess the king of amps, and it came with the instructions and stuff that are in there, but we're not going to look at that. And I just want a disclaimer. This is just a quick disclaimer. So this arrived, it's Tuesday today. This arrived, I think, on Thursday or Friday. Thursday, maybe? Thursday. It arrived, and I was literally just on my way out to go to a session to record some stuff. And this arrived, I was walking to my car to go, and the postman came and it arrived. So I grabbed it and took it to the session, and I ended up using it at the session. I didn't really know what I was doing. We were just fiddling with knobs, and we found a sound, which is this sound, which I've saved, which is the sound that's we're going to hear now. So it's sort of first impressions, but also sort of not first impressions, because I have used it before, but I haven't really played around with it. Just quickly in a session while everyone was waiting, we changed the different amps and moved the speakers around and picked the speaker we like the best and the amp we like the best and the sound we like the best. Now this is what it is. So setup wise, now let's just make some noise. Setup wise, to begin with anyway, I'm going to use this rather lovely Gordon Smith The Gatsby guitar. There's a video for it up here. Now that goes via my Peterson Strawberry tuner, which is always on my desk, into here, and then for whatever reason in stereo out straight into my Audient RD44 interface and then into Logic. I hooked it up in stereo. I don't think there's anything stereo on this. It just means you can run stereo through and run it into. So I actually, when I did a recording, we also had it running for another part into the Starlight, which sounded amazing. And I actually, one of the reasons I brought this, I took the Dream because I wanted to see what they thought of it in the studio, right, for recording. And I thought, I'll bring this as well, so I have the Fender and the Marshall thing. And we all actually really liked it, particularly this. They thought sounded really, really good. So this is now the preset that I saved, that I used for the recording, which will be at some stage available. I might link to it somewhere. But anyway, this is what it sounds like. This is what I ended up using, right? And it sounds like this. I thought it sounded really good. We dialed in some of the room sound. They particularly liked the room sound on it. I think it sounded really, really good. So let's quickly check out. So what was I using? So you've got 3 amps. You've got a super bass, super lead, and a brown side. I used a super bass. I don't know what it is, but so because this is second hand, it came with the 3 extra. So usually what happens when you buy any of these amp ones, like the Dream or the Ruby, wherever it is here, and if you want to check out a video about the Ruby, there's a link up here. I put all the Ruby, Dream, and the videos for that below. Also, there's an affiliate link to Sweetwater for any of this. If you are considering buying this, it's all at Sweetwater. And I should also mention, actually, before I keep going, this is just a first impression sort of video. There'll be a full video with this. If there's anything in particular you want to see with this, let us know in the comments below, and we'll try our best to accommodate that in the full video. So I used a super bass amp. I don't know what that speaker is. I haven't even checked yet because I didn't want to, because I thought, why not, leave the suspense. But it's that first one from the top in the green section. So, because you get 3, I think that I started saying that before, you get 3 speakers on here when you buy it, then you register the product for free, and you can sync it up with an iPad or with a computer, when you register it, you get 3 additional speakers. So the top green one, whatever that is the one I ended up using. Yeah, and it sounded really, really cool. So control-wise, you've got volume or input 1 and input 2, volume 2. So one's a brighter, one's a darker channel. Like you have the two, you plug into the 2 different inputs on the amp. I think you can actually do a lot with that, but again, not in this video. This is going to happen in the full demo. You have the output volume, and then these 3 are bass, mids, and treble, and then via this little switch, if you flick it up to Alt, this is the room sound, this is presence, and this is a boost, right? So yeah, I mean that's the sound I used. I thought it sounded great. Let's try the same sound, but flick it to lead and brown. Actually, I did use that as well one time for a feedback part. So we were holding that up against the studio monitors, the guitar, and it actually worked really, really well. I used a Greco Les Paul copy from the early 80s that they had at the studio for that particular feedback thing, holding it up against the monitor, the monitors in the studio there, and it was actually really quite nice, natural sounding feedback with the brown sound, and we cranked that and the boost. It's not loud enough, and I'm too far away from the speakers in here, but it actually worked surprisingly well. So you've got the three different amps. Okay, so let's go back to the super bass. Actually, let's go. If you click on this, that's a preset, and that's live mode, the way it's set up. So we're in live mode. So now let's just check out. Let's turn that down. Let's go back to the middle here, and let's check out inputs 1 and 2. So this is if you go into input 1 only. Once I turn the volume up. So 1's is a bit brighter. 2 is a lot darker. But then if you do both, you get the fatness and the brightness. I think that sounds really good. One thing I really like with these is if you go to alternative, it controls the room sound. So if you turn the room sound all the way down, you get a really dry sound. If you turn it all the way up, you get a lot of room sound. But a bit of room, I think we had it sort of halfway up. It sounded great. In the mix particularly, it sounded fantastic. It really cut through. So let's give it a little bit of room. You can also presence, so check out the presence. Adds a lot of gain to presence. But let's see if we can let's try and get a nice cleanish sort of Marshall. Maybe a bit more treble, maybe let's turn the bass down a bit. That changed very drastically, didn't it? That's a lovely clean sound, actually. I like that sort of slightly edge of breakup clean sound where if you play it quietly, softly, you get a clean sound. If you dig in, it starts to break up a little bit. I quite like that. Yeah, I mean, that sounds good. And then, are we in the middle? Yeah. Mid. Now let's check out the same setting. Now we're going from bass to lead. Much brighter amp. Now the same setting on brown. So brown's got a lot more gain. But let's get back to the super bass. Crank the volume. Good. And then the super lead. And the brown sound. Brown sound is almost a bit blown out, maybe needs more. I almost like the super bass a bit. Has the most definition. But now let's clean the sound up a little bit again. And let's check out the boost. So if we flick that up to alternative, this becomes a boost. Let's do the same on the. Oh, that was the lead on the bass. This needs a bit more treble. That sounds alright. Let's go now. Boost on that. And now brown sound. Actually, that does sound pretty good. Now let's try the different speakers. So we're currently on the first one. It's too glaring here, whatever, I can't quite read it, but first one, let's go to the second one. There's a big difference there. And then the third one. Actually, let's change convention a little bit. Let's see if it, does it tell me what the speakers are in here? So bass, and I'm an old man as well, I need to do this when I read now. Bass is a 1960-800 watt super bass amp, lead is a 1960-800 watt super lead amp, and brown is a 100 watt super lead with variac power, circuit tweak, and EQ'd boost. Well, there you go. The boost adds gain, EQ, and color to preamp boost. No boost when fully counterclockwise. Cabinet, no, it doesn't tell me what cabinets they are. on here. So, but we've got a GB25, a GB30, and a JBGB, and then the 3 others, whatever they are. So, so that's a GB25, GB30, and it's a JBGB. And then the one I used, which I actually quite like, I don't know what speaker that is. The next one, I gotta say, the one I ended up using, that's my favorite. I don't know what it is, but it sounds good. That or the GB25. Probably that one. Yes, that sounds good. Okay, let's go back to that one. And then none. That sounds fantastic. Yeah, probably that one actually. But when we did the recording, for whatever reason, particular sound, I like that one the best. But yeah, I mean, it's different speakers. It sounds good. Are we still on alternative? Yeah, let's boost it a bit. But I mean, from pretty, let's do the Marshall thing, right? Let's turn everything, let's go back to normal. So bass, treble, bass, mids and treble, and boost all the way up. Let's see actually the presence. Presence all the way up too. So everything is up except for the room and the output volume, because we don't want to, you know, kill things in here. This is pretty good. Super lead. And Brownson. So the super bass sounds everything on full. I mean, from that, all the way back to I think it sounds pretty good. So, I mean, that was a quick first look, second look, whatever, of the line. I think it sounds pretty good. I do really like these pedals. I think they do work really quite well. And like I said, in a recording scenario, the people at the studio really dug it, and they thought, I plugged it in and we sort of played around with the controls a little bit, and then there was one sound we said, yeah, that really works, that's the one. And I used it, I used this on pretty much 80% of the recording, and then the Dream for a sort of clean part with the delay, sort of beautiful stereo delay, really panned left and right, and then I used this really fuzzed up and gained up for an EBO part as well with the delay. But it sounded great. It sounded really, really good. Next time I go there, I want to try the Ruby as well. So I'm going to have the 3 different flavors. Because if you can record like that in the... I mean, often I bring an amp like the Bogner, one of the Angles, and then the 2 notes, Captor X. But it's a big, heavy thing to lug around, and often there's not enough space and all that sort of stuff in the control room. And just to have that sit in front of you, and then often running pedals into that sounds really good as well. I did run a whammy into this at one stage as well, and it sounded quite good. So yeah, so we're going to try it out with some pedals running into it as well in the full video. But like I said, if there's anything in particular you want to see, let us know in the comments below, and we'll try to go through it in a full demo. Yeah, and thank you so much for watching. And while you're here, want to check out some more Universal Audio videos with this playlist right here, and see you in the next one. Bye.